Hey guys, so I got me a new flashlight today and I was going to tell you a little bit about it. This is the Olight Arkfeld UV. So this is a dual light flashlight. It's considered an everyday carry, which is what the EDC stands for. So it's small enough to comfortably fit in your pocket. The nice thing about this light is it's got a UV LED bulb and it's got your regular white LED. So just quick specs. This is a 1,000 lumen flashlight when it's on turbo. 300 lumen on high, medium at 60 lumen, low 15 lumen, and then it's got a moonlight mode, which is 1 lumen. The UV light is 580 milliwatts in power, and it's 365 nanometer wavelength, which is the most popular wavelength for detecting like leak detector dyes, dye penetrance, and stuff like that. So if you've got a dye in your AC system in your car, this would be a good light to use to detect where your AC is leaking from. Before I take it out of the box, just real quick, it's got a 1,000 milliamp lithium polymer battery, which is why they're able to make this so thin. It doesn't have your regular round style lithium ion battery. This is a lithium polymer. So I'm going to take this out of the box and see what we got, and I'll tell you a little bit as to why I got it. Now, the nice thing about this particular light is it's got the charging base. This is a magnetic charging base that a lot of the Olights have, a lot of the Nebo lights have, and the way they work is, so this is the charging base, and whenever this is plugged into a USB source, now you can plug this into your computer, you can plug this into your USB plug in your car, your truck, or a portable power bank, and it just snaps right on magnetically. This will be red whenever it's charging, and I think it's either green or blue whenever it's fully charged. So you can see the switch right here, and that's what selects either UV or the regular flashlight. Now it's got two LEDs, got your regular white LED and then your UV LED, and then it's got your center push button. When you first turn it on, if you push it once, of course it comes on, but it also lights up these 4 LEDs depending on what the charge is. Now the 4 LEDs, as you can see right here, 1 is 10 to 25, 2 LEDs is 25 to 50, 3 is 50 to 75% charged, and then 4 is over 75% charged, so 75% to 100%. Hit it again, it shuts off. It does have memory, so whatever, when you push and turn it on, if you push and hold it, it cycles through the different brightnesses. Well, wherever you, let me put it on low, for instance. There's low. If I turn it off, you can see the charge indicator there. If I turn it back on, it comes back on in that brightness level. Let's go ahead and take it up to bright, turn it off. If I turn it back on, it's back on bright. So I really like that. I don't like to have to cycle through different modes to get to the brightness that I commonly use. I want it to come back to wherever I was using it. Does have a pocket clip, and it's universal is what I call it. So, you know, you can clip it in going this way or going this way depending on how you want to put it in your pocket. It does have a hole so you can put a lanyard on it if you want to. Got these little ridges in the sides, obviously for grip. You can see that it's thin. So when this is in your pocket, it's going to be very comfortable to have. If you double tap it, it goes to turbo mode, and that's where you get your 1,000 lumens. Now, if you turn it off in turbo mode and you come back on, it does not go back into turbo mode. The only way to get it in turbo mode is 2 quick taps. Turbo mode will time out. I believe it's 2 or 3 minutes. Then it goes back to the next brightness lower, and so on. Now, If you switch it over to UV, UV's just got the one brightness, doesn't have any other brightnesses, so it's just got on and off. And the nice thing about UV light, obviously, is a lot of people use UV light not only to detect dye penetrance in different systems and for detecting cracks, in materials, but they also use it for looking for insects, particularly scorpions. Scorpions fluoresce whenever hit with a UV light like crazy. So you can walk around at night shining a UV light on the ground, and if you've got a lot of scorpions around, you'll be able to easily find them. But if you're not familiar with how handy UV light is, like, we'll just take this is a back scratcher, and it's got the old sticker where I tried to peel it off and it left the backing on it. But whenever that backing is hit with UV light, you can see how bright it becomes. I mean, it's almost invisible at a certain angle, but as soon as UV light hits it, it just fluoresces. I found this that really fluoresced quite a bit too. You can see that strip. That's just the adhesive strip. It's almost blended into the white backing material on this sunshade, but whenever you hit that strip with UV light, it fluoresces quite a bit. And that's what UV light's all about. It helps you detect certain things that the regular light source doesn't, it basically hides, really. So the reason I bought this light is whenever I'm working on cars and I'm looking for dye that's been added to AC, the best way to find those is to either turn the lights off or look for those at night. Well, the one thing you got to do is you got to be able to look and see pretty much where you're wanting to be looking at. So you're going to need a regular light like I've got here, and then if you switch over to UV, you're right there. So you can go straight from the light source and you look down like through the engine bay at a connection or a fitting, and then whenever you want to see if it's leaking, you just switch the switch real quickly over to UV, and if you see a bunch of dye penetrant leaking out of a connection or a fitting or a hose or something, then you know that's where your leak is. Then when you want to go back to regular light, you just hit the switch and you're right back to regular light, and then it's that quick. UV, regular. So I thought that'd be a very handy light to have in the toolbox just for that. I've seen a couple of other lights that's got UV and regular light, and I've actually got a stream light that's got that, but that the UV part of it is almost useless. Actually, even the regular white light, I've never used the light. I bought it. It's been in my toolbox for probably 20 years, and I've literally never used it for what I originally intended to buy it for. I was that disappointed in it. But anyway, this is the Olight. Olight is a very good brand flashlight, and I just wanted to tell you about the Arkfeld UV. They also make this Arkfeld with a laser. So instead of a UV LED, it's a laser, like a laser pointer. So if you needed a flashlight, a pocket, an everyday carry style flashlight that had not only regular white light but also had a laser pointer, you can get that too. I would never use a laser pointer for anything, so I wasn't interested in that, but the UV I'm very interested in, and I think I'm going to really like this light. And it looks like, so if you take a look at this part right here, I was noticing that these two Torx, I can't tell if they're Torx or Allens, but if you take those screws out, this clip will come off, and it looks like this hatch or door, you can see the seam going all the way around the flashlight. It looks like that will actually come off, and I'm assuming that if you was to pop that off, you may be able to replace the battery, find a lithium polymer battery the same size as this, and be able to put it in and change the battery out. You probably have to do a little bit of soldering. Of course, that should be years down the road because these lithium polymers last quite a while. So that's good to know that it's not just a completely sealed up flashlight that once the battery does go bad, then you've just got to trash the flashlight. Anyway, again, one hit. Oh, one other thing. To change the modes, you just push and hold, and it'll cycle through all the different modes. It cycles from low, medium, and high. And then, like I say, you got to double tap it to get it into turbo. Now, if you triple tap it, you got your strobe. And so that's pretty nice. If you was in your car or whatever and you needed help, strobe is obviously the best way to attract someone's attention at night to indicate that you may be having a problem. And again, you know, it's got a nice magnetic base for the charger. Now, the only other thing I want to kind of point out is this magnetic charging base is also nice to stick it to a piece of metal so that you can hands-free, you know, look at whatever you need to look at. All right, so we're out here in the backyard. It's nighttime. Thought I'd just show you the different brightness levels out here and see. Let's see how it lights up. So I'm gonna turn it on. I'm gonna start it off on low. So that's the dimmest right there. I can actually see out to the fence, and I know you're probably not able to see that, but I can definitely see the fence. We'll go to medium. Go to high. There's the fence. Go to turbo. And go to seizure mode. And I know you're probably not able to see the fast flashes because of the shutter speed, but it's a nice fast strobe effect. And then, of course, you've got UV. That's there's some filters. Golf ball lights up pretty good with UV light. So that's what we're looking at. That's with UV light. I mean, they almost just fluoresce. It's amazing how bright, you know, pitch black. Well, I ain't gonna say pitch black, but pretty much black to me in the shutter of the camera. And then just hitting those pool filters, you can see how much light they give off. And then, of course, the golf ball lights up pretty good. The green handles light up pretty good. So UV light's pretty cool, guys. Anyway, that's pretty much it. This is the Arkfeld UV. It comes in, this is green. They've got it in black and forget the other colors. I believe there's 3 different colors that you can get it in. So anyway, looks like it's going to be a nice light. That's about it. You guys take care.